we let in social media raise us and raise our kids, and that's sickening. Like, man, it's just so sad out here. YouTube, welcome back to QTV. I'm your host Qua, and you know you're getting quality when you got me. But I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. We got another video for you guys today, and the video comes from content creator 8 at the Table. They make good content, so y'all be sure to check them out for the full video. So, like I said, I'm not gonna hold you anymore. We're gonna get into the video, okay?
That's answering the question.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, great. Sure.
We'll start with you.
Sure.
Right? Have you ever felt that you might have quit on a relationship too early, and maybe if you would have just stuck in there a little bit longer, or maybe just tweaked some minor things, it could have actually been a better relationship?
No.
Damn.
Never. I can't relate. I feel like I'm a very patient partner. So I stick things through till like I really can't no more. Like I should be stepping out way sooner, honestly. But no, I don't think I've ever had a relationship where I feel like if I would have waited like another 2 months or even another week, like most of the relationships I leave is because it mentally drains me to the point where I can't do it anymore. That's the only way I really like, I know that sucks, but like that's the only way I really like leave, because I'm very comfortable with the people that I love, and I know like everything is like pretty much the same. Like I really don't want to get to know a different person and ask a person his favorite color. I really don't care. Like, I don't care to start again. So if I can work something out with the person I'm already with, I'll do it as much as I can until I really, like, basically I can't do it.
I mean, I'm pretty much the same way. Like, nobody really wants to, like, jump in a new relationship and learn somebody's favorite color, learn what they like to do and what they don't like to do, learn, like, their nuances, like what makes them upset, what makes them happy. Like, it's hard, you know, but again, like she said, you know, you don't want to continue something that's not gonna bring you fulfillment anymore. But if you're the person that's part of like ruining somebody, then you should, you know what I mean? I don't know. Back to the video.
Just because I don't feel like getting to know another person, I don't feel like doing everything all over again. So I just try to fix it with the person I'm already with. But I personally give everything into a relationship till the person just doesn't reciprocate the same energy. So then I just gotta bounce. And I personally, like I said, I haven't left a relationship where the person I was with has been doing better than me, or.
So it ain't no reason to look back.
It ain't yet.
But it ain't about doing better.
It's not that, but just in general.
It's not about.
She didn't say that first, though. She was saying she put her all into it first.
I understand, but since we have a guest, I'm just trying to explain that.
Doing better in it has nothing to do with just looks or the person or whatever it may be. Just doing better as in I grow more without the person. I feel more free without the person. I'm more happy without the person. That to me is everything. Okay. If I leave a relationship and that's the feeling that I have, then it was the right thing to do.
Yeah. That means you've exhausted probably all your options.
All your possibilities.
Everything. I've done everything. I've listened to every album. I've cried every song. I can't do it no more. I just can't do it no more. So I bounce. And I'm really good at never coming back. So once I bounce, I just and never come back.
Yeah, indeed. What about you, Des?
Yo, the way she just smiled right there, it looked like they might have had something going on. Like, I don't watch much of their content, but they might have had something, you know? Yeah, you know. All right.
Not ready for a long-term relationship, so like what I do is meant to be temporary. And I know we're not gonna last, so I'm gonna just stick it out right now, have fun, whatever. But it's like, I don't know, and I feel like that happens a lot with a lot of people.
No. You can't go into a relationship with the intent on just bouncing. Like, what if you hop into a relationship with somebody, right? You get in a relationship, and you 6 months, however long it keeps going, and that person on the other end of that, male or female, the person on the other end, like, you're gonna seriously hurt somebody if you hop in a relationship with the intent on leaving. If you know that you're gonna leave, it shouldn't be a relationship. Y'all should just be doing y'all thing, and then that's it. Like, y'all can be mutual buddies on the low, sneaky links, or whatever you want to call it. But you can't hop into a relationship with the intent on leaving, because that's that's trash, in my opinion. That's gonna hurt somebody. That's gonna leave somebody seriously hurt, because you play with people's feelings like that, and that's terrible. Terrible.
Because it's like most people are with people for what they have or what they look like, and they're not thinking about it for the long run. Like, they're not thinking to have kids and marry the person. Like, they're okay with, I don't know, just like not being with the person later on. Like, they don't think that far ahead. And it's like, that's what our grandparents and stuff thought about, like building families and stuff, and we don't.
Can I ask you a question? Being that stuff is in your mind, it's a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Do you ever wake up thinking differently? Because if it's temporary, do you wake up saying, damn, I could deal with something more permanent? Maybe I should be thinking like my grandparents, because social media, it seems like that you realize that social media got people's minds messed up. Mm-hmm. So why would you want to follow into that if you already aware? Don't you think about, if you know better, you do better?
Sometimes when I look at content like this, the guys always come from a logical standpoint. Like, if you know better, do better. If you knew better, you would have did better. Like, back to it.
I fall for people very easily. And I know, like, my judgment can be clouded sometimes. Like, Maria knows. Like, I'm always like, oh, my God. So I feel like whenever I really start to like somebody, I'm like, okay, I already have the prejudgment that it's not going to work out. Mm. And I'm like...
Why?
Because right now, I'm not in my life. Like, I don't want to have kids and get married. So I'm not looking for somebody who I can have kids and get married with.
Even if you don't want to have kids, has there been somebody, because you say that you feel that way, but it has to be a reason. Has somebody tainted you that way? Has men because it seems like you just said that when you meet somebody, you like, oh my God, so-and-so. Has that tainted your judgment, or not your judgment, your feeling, to the point that you don't want to have nothing personal because they let you down too much?
I think she's just guarded.
But on to, on top of that, have you ever felt like you weren't appreciated properly, or maybe like there were men that were in your life that you thought it was too good to be true, or you thought that maybe it could work out, and then when it doesn't work out, you're just like, see, I knew I should have not fell so hard, Is that what it, because that's what could have, that's something that I've experienced where I'm like, oh, he's the one, this is going to work out, this is going to be my husband, we're going to have 9 kids, and then...
9 kids?
No, but when you're in love, when you fall for somebody, sometimes
I like your style. 9 kids, that's a lot of sex going on.
Listen, 9 kids, 1 baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? When you're on your... But when you, as a female, when you really like somebody, this feeling is probably starting to fade away. But when you're a female and you really like somebody, you can envision some of the craziest things with that one person. But once that one person ruins, that feeling, I think it affects you.
I can dig it. When you do hop in a relationship with some people and you envision it to be, something that, that's your it, like, oh, this is who I want all my kids to come from. This is who, I want all my happiness to come from, I understand that, but at the same time, people, when you hold somebody to such a high regard, that's an expectation. You got to control your expectations, because what if that person doesn't live up to the expectations that you've put on them? Knowing they're a whole nother person. They was raised differently. They had different, they might have more siblings, less siblings. Like, that's an expectation that you put on a person. And when they don't meet that expectation, they kind of tear that person down, like in a sense where, and they tear that person down so much, but you have to understand when a person doesn't meet your expectations, you can't be mad at them. That's setting yourself up for failure, because that's still another person. If they don't meet your expectations, that's not the end of the world. And I understand, like, you want to feel the feeling that you want to like leave, but if you've invested so much into a relationship, then it's not easy to just leave. But the best thing to do in that situation is to control your expectations. You have to control your expectations.
Run, I think eventually you're just like, I never want to feel that again, because the disappointment is terrible. So
like, can I ask y'all a question? I don't want to stem too away from the topic,
right?
But when you go in with that type of mentality of any relationship, you know that you're technically already half-stepping, and nothing is gonna work if you ever half-step. Like if I already say, hey, you know what, she's bad. I know she's probably somebody on the low. I know somebody gonna fly her out. I know somebody gonna do this, that, the third. I ain't even gonna do all of that. I'm not gonna put all my eggs into her. And now, if I'm thinking like that, there's nothing that could realistically go forward or grow from that, because I'm tainting the relationship before I even get into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think a lot of people are doing that now. A lot of people are living in temporary. People are following the trends, or they're following things that everybody else is doing, or their goals are so short. It's like, oh, I want to get surgery so I can be a bad chick, so I can look like this and get a guy like this temporarily. You get what I'm saying?
I've heard that.
So that's why it's like, everybody is becoming so temporary. A lot of people are not thinking of longevity. And, to get back on the topic, it's like,
I hate social media. Like, it messes so many people up. Like, people come at you sideways with feelings that aren't even their feelings. You saw that on social media. Why are you mad at me? Like, if you saw, okay, there's a new insult on social media, a new slang word or whatever, however you want to call it, where they use it to insult men or females, and you bring that shit into your relationship, and you throw it like, I'm on social media, you're on social media, we're on social media, so we know what's going on. And like, sometimes people use that social media crap and apply it to the wrong situations, and that shit is damaging. The only reason I like getting on social media is because it shows the history of where I was and how I've grown. That's my thing with social media. That's the best part about it. But when it comes to negativity, social media got it full. Like, we let in social media raise us and raise our kids, and that's sickening. Like, man, it's just so sad out here. Like, sometimes I feel like we're doomed.
people don't even care about their exes because they're chasing
They're chasing the new thing. The
right?
new high that they look
exactly. So it's like a lot of people, like, I know I've messed up relationships and been like, damn, I should have tried. Like, I really liked him, or he really respected me, or he really liked me. I broke his heart, and I look back and I'm like, damn, they're doing so good. I really wish that, I would have worked harder on that. But then when I listen,
and that's because of social media. Like, nowadays, women, they want so much, and it's so hard for some men out here to, like, if you love your woman, your person, if that's your person and you love them and they're the type that love that social media lifestyle, the highlight reel lifestyle, the relationship is gonna be terrible, because it's hard. No man wants to deny their woman, their person, of the things that she want, but you gotta realize when you're tripping. If you're chasing the next thing, then next week you're chasing the next thing, and that man's trying to actually give you those things, and you keep moving the goalpost every single time, and you don't even notice it. Like, okay, you want him to do that, he does that. You want her to do that, she does that. Then you move the goalpost when she gets there, and when he gets there, like, what do you? No Nobody wants to deny their person of the things that they want. It's hard for a man to do right by his woman and still give her the things that she wants, and vice versa. We have to realize that we are the problem when it comes to each other. We got to realize it, and until we do, all these relationships are going to fail unless you get with that 8%. But everybody wants the same 8%. I turn the caption
The people
on.
that I know, and they're just like, oh, fuck him. You know, like.
I would like to agree with her, but the only thing is I can't fully go with you. I do agree with you, but I do, in my personal life, I've experienced girls like Maria who exhaust all of her options.
Bad company is bad company. Bad company makes you bad company. If you got a relationship, you need to listen to him or her, and vice versa, and nobody else. Nobody else. You don't allow people into your relationships, man. You know. And then I want to take a quick moment to say, like, the content I make, I'm not talking about any one person. That's not what I'm here to do. The content that I make, the only person that I'm talking about, or the only person that I'm referring to, is myself. I'm not an expert. I never claimed to be an expert, but I am an expert on the things that I've went through, and I don't want anybody to go through the things that I went through. I don't want a guy to feel what I felt, and I don't want a female to put somebody through that. So the objective is to help people, females and males, and everything in between.
Before she says, I'm out.
I met Dez's too, though.
Yeah, I met Dez's type too. I'm not your type. I'm so sorry. But I met that type of person who had the temporary mindset. And I had
You have a temporary mindset, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, why are you yelling at me?
What? Is
Because
it not okay?
because I don't have a temporary I don't even, like, honestly, my space, my energy, and everything that I possess, I feel is so valuable, and I only give it to people that I truly can care about, and I truly feel some type of, maybe we might not be in a relationship forever, but we'll have a friendship or something forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the type of person that I am. I can't just, my energy is not disposable. I don't find it disposable. Definitely. So I can't just be giving it to anybody. So
I feel that way. I can agree with that.
You know,
But I actually have something to say about that, about how men feel, but I wanted to find out how Crystal feel about the situation. Because she's been a little quiet, and we having a conversation, and
you gotta open up with us, Crystal.
So I'm gonna say what I gotta say after Crystal says what she gotta say.
No, I'm just listening to everyone's perspective. Like, I can kind of relate with Des. Okay. All right. I can kind of relate with Des a little bit. Like, I feel like in this moment in my life, or for a while now, like, I mean, I feel like I find myself more in situationships, and it's very, like, conflicting for me, because sometimes it will be a relationship, but in my head it's a situationship, or like I'm trying to build this relationship, but I'm perceiving it as something else. They're taking it as something else, so it can get very conflicted for me. So, like, there's men that I've been with where it's like, yo, I do see myself with you, and I let them know, and sometimes maybe I, like, push marriage before I even push a relationship, because I feel like I'm the married type. It's like, we either, like, we're together, we're married. Like, we're really married. Like, and I feel like it's been very complicated with my relationships based off of, like, because I model, and sometimes I find myself in, like, these different industries or these different environments where the guy that I'm with, he thinks I think like these girls. He thinks I want to move like these girls. I want to be a city girl, and I want to get my body done. And, you know, I might make jokes here and there, like, no, I'm going to get this done, I'm going to get that done, blah, blah, blah. Like, or because I'm always in that environment around these people, he thinks, like, oh, you move like this, like, oh, you move like that. You're so wrapped up into social media. I'm like, no, like, my job was social media. I'm still me. Like, you can't perceive me as that. And it's like, if you see me in a certain way, I feel like that should be communicated. Don't just, like, go off of what you think and not even ask me.
What makes you happier?
I mean, getting my body done and being flown out isn't going to make me happier. It might make me happy temporarily in that moment, but not.
We gotta be completely open and transparent. You know, you gotta tell me your insecurities, but at the same time, if, like, let's say I get with a woman, I'm in love with this woman. Like, I love if you get with somebody, you already like the way they look, and if you've been with them for quite a while, there's nothing wrong to you. That person's perfect, right? There's nothing wrong, you know. Your butt looks nice to me. I mean, your teeth look nice to me. Your breasts, they look nice too. You don't have to change that. Why do you want to change it? You know what I mean? So when women do that, that makes the men that they're with feel like they want their lifestyle. When to me, you're perfect, and you know, you don't have to change yourself for me to love you, baby. I already love you. We here together already, so you're gonna change that for me? I mean, that's nice that you think of me that way, if that's the case, which would be nice to know. But I like you the way you are already, so why go and change it? That's just me. That's an opinion. I understand. Everybody's not the same, but I'm gonna end the video there. You guys can go check them out. I'm gonna leave a link to their content in the description. I'm gonna leave a link to their content in the description if you're interested in going to see what the guy had to say. I wanted to know, but I'm gonna watch it in my own time. But I'm gonna end the video here. So until next time, peace, love, and fish grease. I'll see y'all on the next episode of QTV.